Wow. I'm starting the stream now. Yo. Wow. Keith Thurman. Majority decision win over Josesito Lopez. Stacy. Did the fight go as expected?
No, not for me. I thought Keith was gonna have a knockout, probably about the eighth or ninth. I think the Garcia's is on something, man.
You
They
think
might know.
so?
Yeah, man, it was close for him, man. That one round. I mean, he was boxing pretty good. I mean, he was doing his thing, but yeah, it was tough, man. I ain't gonna lie. Josesito live to fight another day, man. He got more checks in his future for sure.
Wow. got you reassessing all these Robert Garcia fights coming up, man. Fucking Abner and Gervonta, Mikey and Errol Spence. Wow.
Yeah, man. They know something. That's all I can say is they know something.
Wow.
But what you think next for him, man?
Who, Keith?
Yeah.
I mean, look.
It's still the same. You think he's gonna go for probably you think he's still going for Sean Porter?
I think that's still the plan. I definitely think that they're not going to change that plan just based off of tonight's performance. I mean, I don't think it was a bad performance. It's just the problem is that when you talk that much stuff before the fight, if you don't have the type of performance that you say you're going to have, then people are going to look at you a little differently.
Right.
So I mean, look, he got the win. He had some moments there that were a little shaky. Josesito definitely landed some shots that I felt like rocked him. But at the end of the day, he made his adjustments. He got on that bike a little bit and stole some rounds and won the fight. He did, like Terrence Crawford said. Terrence Crawford came in and made a comment, basically saying, he did what a champion's supposed to do. He dug deep and he got the win. Which is what you're supposed to do. I do think the performance gave Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence a lot of ammunition to fire shots at Keith Thurman for some of the things he was saying. But at the end of the day, you get the win and you keep on moving, and I think that's what they're gonna do. They got the win over Josesito Lopez. It had been 2 years. It's hard to shake the ring rust after a long time. He's getting punched in the face again. You gotta get used to that. Just being punched in the face is something that you got to get used to. So I think the fight served its purpose. And yeah, I think it's on to Sean Porter, or should I say the winner of Sean Porter, Yordenis Ugas. I think that's what's going to be next for Keith Thurman. But that performance definitely gave everybody in the division, something to talk about. I think something to talk about, and rightfully so.
So you're buying the ring, Russ?
I mean, to an extent. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. I mean, I don't look. I thought he looked sharp at times.
He looked sharp. To be honest, in his favor after 2 years off. I mean, he did what he had to do. Like Terrence said, especially. I'm sure he didn't expect 12 rounds. Josesito was definitely game. He had to stay on his feet the whole time.
Right.
But yeah, I just was confused to why he didn't hold, man. That's something that his coaches or somebody got to.
You mean when he was hurt?
Like, dude, I don't know if you in there with an Errol Spence type of guy and not is a good thing. I don't know. What's next going to the body? He was actually taking a lot to the body more than, a lot of people say that he can't take it to the body. He took some real good hard body shots, man.
Lopez?
No,
Thurman?
Yeah, he was hitting to some nice body shots. He was eating them.
Mm-hmm.
He's known for, people always say he can't take it to the body. Like, I tell people, I don't know nobody who like it to the body, but I'm yet to see that fighter that just get hit in the body and it's comfortable.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah. I mean, like you said, he got caught with a good shot and survived that round and did his thing. But yeah, it was tough, man.
Mm.
For
Mm.
for for a couple rounds. But you know, what's his name? Pretty much won most of the rounds. So
Who, Thurman?
yeah,
Yeah, he won most of the rounds. I mean, I'm not sure about the
what's
that majority
better?
decision that they scored it. I'm not sure why that judge had a draw, an even fight, but
Wow.
yeah, I know, right? 113, 113, they scored it.
Better. Okay, how long have Josesito been with Garcia?
Robert Garcia, I think maybe like definitely two fights, but maybe three. That might have been his third fight now, but I definitely think it's been two fights.
I mean, he pretty good at what he do because Josesito. I mean, do you think his styles make fights? Because he looked a little better or tougher or in better shape than he did against Berto.
I think styles definitely make fights, but I don't think Robert Garcia gets enough credit for, the work that he does with these fighters, man. I mean whether it's Josesito Lopez, whether it's Abner Maris, whether it's Marcos Maidana, like Robert Garcia has done a really good job of getting these guys, back to that upper level, and even like I said, even though Josesito, like I felt like Thurman pretty much won the majority of the rounds. Josesito Lopez was in the fight at every
Yep.
moment, especially when he was landing those big shots. He was definitely in the fight. And I'm not sure if I've seen Josesito Lopez look that good. So I do think Robert Garcia needs to get a little bit of credit for the work that he's done with them. But
Props to, props to Garcia.
yeah, Prosta Garcia. I don't know. Like, I haven't even got a chance to really go out there and see like what the general consensus is. I haven't really been on social media or anything like that. Hold on, I got some people in the chat room. I didn't get a chance to see what everybody. Yeah, Robert Garcia is a hell of a trainer. Yeah, he is. Didn't really see. Thurman got knocked out. No, Thurman did not get knocked out. He didn't get knocked down either. Yeah, I don't know. I just think so. I see somebody said disappointing performance. Yeah, I just think it's the stuff you talk before the fight that gets you into not trouble, but just gets you, in a
Spotlight.
position. What's that?
Get you that real magnifying glass put on you.
Yes, 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 yes. Like I really think that when you say certain things, if that doesn't come to fruition in the fight, then people are going to be really, really, really critical of you. All in all, I didn't think it was a totally bad performance by Keith Thurman, other than getting caught a couple times, which you don't want to do. But I definitely think he landed his shots well. He placed his shot. I even like the way he was changing up the speed and the power of his punches. I could definitely tell he was working on some things in there. Probably needs to work on his defense a little bit more. But overall, I didn't think it was an entirely bad performance by Keith Thurman, but it was definitely a performance that is going to make Errol Spence and Errol Spence fans and Terrence Crawford fans really feel like, haha, my guy is actually the guy, not this Keith Thurman guy. So it definitely is going to give them a lot of ammunition, especially Errol Spence, man. He's I don't think he's tweeted yet. I know Terrence Crawford tweeted about the fight, but I don't think Errol Spence has tweeted yet. So I'm sure he's crafting something very slick, very or who knows, he might keep it like Terrence. He might keep it professional. He might, take the high road too.
No,
But
I don't think.
you don't think so?
No.
What do you think he's gonna say?
Something on the lines of what you said, man. He not the man I am. I think that's coming. Yeah, I think that's coming. I can't see him letting that get by. I mean, even though in my favor, this is no disrespect to Errol. He's just as game as any opponent that Errol fought. So, as up to now.
You mean Josesito was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think I don't want to take nothing from what's the name, and you know, they. I mean, well, I guess people not wrong to judge Josesito by his past. I mean, I just think that he looks, like you said, I think he looked better than he ever looked.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know if Thurman not hit if he don't hit hard as I thought he did or something, because I still keep thinking about Berto stopping him.
Yeah.
That just I'm like, man, do he not hit hard as I thought he do? Because I always thought that one time Thurman had that blowing. Even though he dropped what's his name, I never really seen him hurt him.
Mm. Mm.
I mean,
Everybody wants to know why you're wearing sunglasses.
because I'm blind.
He's blind.
So I take them off. I am phone, so I can't really see nothing.
That's the hide. That's the hide. The redness in your eyes.
No.
It's okay. You live in Vegas. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
but most time I wear sunglasses because they're my prescription.
Are those Dita? Somebody asked. Are those Dita sunglasses?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
And if I put them down, they're gonna see these are also tinted, but they're a little more light tinted. They're Adidas as well.
Yeah.
I'm still blind, but
what's his name though? That's Stacey Mayweather. Everybody's like, who is he? That's Stacey Mayweather. Come on, I know you guys have seen us on live before. That's Stacey.
Yep, but what was their thoughts of the fight? Pretty much the same as ours.
That's what I was looking at the chat room. I was trying to get people's take on the fight. You know, I don't know. It's pretty much the same. You know, over exaggerate. He has 22 knockouts. You know, there's some people defending Keith. Somebody said it was a booty fight. I don't know. I didn't think it was a bad fight. It was entertaining.
Entertaining.
You know, it was entertaining. It was free. You didn't have to pay for it. It was on Fox. I think that type of fight was good for the Fox viewership. I think people that don't normally watch boxing probably were entertained by that particular fight. And they probably enjoyed the fight before it too. Adam Kalnakis knocking out who did he knock out? Gerald Washington. They probably enjoyed that. I think it was like a 90-second knockout. I think Adam landed just as many punches in 90 seconds that Adrian Broner landed in 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao.
I mean, to me, I think it was a good fight. To me, you seen moving, you seen fighting, you seen some good. Both guys, one was dropped, one was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, drama.
Drama, yeah, high drama. I mean, edge of your seat.
Yeah, that was good.
What was that?
It was good sportsmanship at the end.
Good sportsmanship. Yeah, I thought it was an ententertaining fight. I didn't have any problems with the fight.
And nobody talked about the cheese on the burgers.
Nobody said that they won, even though they lost. None of that. Oh, speaking of which, we're missing it right now. I think it's probably the end of the fight right now. The Pacquiao Broner replay. I meant to watch that on mute with my volume down so I could judge it the way that Adrian Broner wants us to judge it. But I'll do that. I'll do that when we get off. I'll do that when we get done talking here.
You were at the fight, wasn't you?
I was at the fight. I didn't have any volume when I was watching the fight.
You couldn't hear the commentators, so.
Man, the only thing I could hear was Manny Pacquiao's punches landing on Adrian Broner. That was it. That's all I could hear. So.
I don't know what is gonna do for you if you was there.
I mean, I don't. You know, maybe. Let me watch it on TV. Maybe I'm gonna get some different angles that I didn't see. You know, maybe it's a different fight on TV than it is when you're actually there. But I don't see me coming away with a different outcome. I think Adrian Broner is still going to be taking that L tonight. But you know, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll watch it with the volume turned down.
Fight with the volume turned down.
Wow.
A lot.
What'd you say?
That's a lot, man. You know, I mean, I could do it though, but I mean, I don't see it as a Canelo Triple G fight that I gotta watch it like that and get. It was kind of. I mean, I don't know what side of the field I don't know what side of the arena you was on, but I know people on all sides. We all seen it the same.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Red Bull, my name is Ben. I'm
Exactly.
Ben.
Some people was down low, you know. I was kind of mid-floor, you know, and I know some people that was nosebleed, and some people watched it on the screen. It was all the same with everybody, but I'm gonna try it with the music. I'm gonna try that way.
Maybe if I watch it with the TV off, I might come up with a different outcome. But yeah, I don't know if the volume's gonna make a difference at all. Supplements can help you. Supplements can help you with your eyes. I just found out. Also get supplements. You think supplements had anything to do with it? He is on that snack program. Josesito Lopez. He's out there working with Victor Conti and their little supplement program. I think. Not 100% sure on that.
He was strong.
He was strong. He was raving about his power before the fight started. He said people were going to be surprised at how powerful he is. And Keith Thurman was definitely surprised when Josesito landed that left hand. So
strong.
Yeah.
Chin was pretty strong as well.
Did you think that Keith Thurman was in jeopardy of getting stopped in that? I can't remember what round it was. The 7th round.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wow. He survived a scare. If that was another fighter, would the ref have stopped it?
I didn't see that much because though he wasn't throwing that many punches, he was clearly moving. So it ain't like he was just sitting there just taking 12 blows in a row, but he was taking like 10 in a row, but they was like firing few between, like boom, and then a run, and then a boom. Didn't understand why he didn't grab. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if he knows how to grab. That's what I gotta like. But do he know how to grab a person when he's in trouble? I didn't. Yeah. I don't think knowledge to grab, and that is gonna be a problem because he did that when he got hit in the stomach before. But who was that he was boxing?
Collazo?
I think it was Collazo. When he hit him in the belly, that's exactly what he did. He instead of grabbing him, or it's like he'd go out on his shield because I noticed a couple times that, there was a couple other blows that he tough. I will admit that. Thurman is tough because he got caught with some clean shots, man. Even before he got hurt there, I seen a couple exchanges that he kind of got the worst of it. He got hit with a clean right hand. That right hand, he couldn't miss the right hand, man.
Wow. Where does we talked about Thurman? Where does Lopez go from here? It's actually odd. I mentioned Adrian Broner possibly fighting Andre Berto, but I don't know. Maybe Josesito Lopez wants some more of Andre Berto. I think Josesito Lopez did himself some favors, man. He can pretty much get in with anyone after that.
Oh yeah, he definitely proved that he was a Class A opponent tonight. That's good. You know, I see him. I doubted if what's name want to fight him because he said he want to fight champions, but Broner better stay away from him. Beat Broner.
You think he beats Broner?
Hell yeah!
Wow!
He throws punches. If you throw punches, you got a chance of beating Broner. I'm just gonna throw it up.
That might be Broner's next opponent. That's not bad. Adrian Broner versus Josesito Lopez. That's not bad. I would watch that as a co-main event to somebody else. No.
I would watch it, but I'm pretty sure Broner. If Broner gonna take the chances, man, he gonna try to get a couple dollars out of it. I don't know how much they'd pay him to fight Josesito.
Who does he fight though? Like I can't even see him fighting in any big money fights.
He said champions, man.
Who?
I guess he talking about Errol Spence. He said
he don't want no Errol Spence. He don't want no Keith Thurman. He don't want no Sean. I don't know. He fought Sean Porter against. Maybe I don't. Who knows?
Porter never make it to Sean. I don't think John or Kenny is buying the Broner rematch. on, and you know, yeah, I think they moving on. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's a good question. I don't know where he goes from here. So yeah, I think Josesito is good for him,
That's not a bad
or
fight.
in that little loop, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, they all could be used as great opponents for good fights. So somebody was trying to call me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. That's Josesito Lopez. I mean, if they're looking to just make a good fight, they could do something like that. But you're right. I mean, they could pretty much put Josesito Lopez in with any. I mean, Errol. But can you do that coming off a loss though? I don't know if you could. I don't know if you can give him a guy like a Spence or anyone like that coming off a loss. He gonna have to earn. He gonna have to earn another opportunity. He'd have to go through like a Broner.
That's where Adrian Broner would come into play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fight Adrian Broner and win, and then I'm pretty sure he'll be in the conversation. But that fight proved to me that we can expect not to see Thurman and Errol for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we're finna see no time soon. I think that. I mean, you say that Sean Porter. I think that if no championship rush it, I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen right away, but I think Deshaun wants it. I'm sure.
Somebody said Lopez versus Danny Garcia. Yeah, I can see that. I just don't know if I don't know. I don't you gotta get yourself a win before you get some of those names, man. I think like Broner, Lopez or something.
All the names we mentioned, no disrespect, they are kind of losers right now. Like just being out, like y'all, they got like a. When the last time Josesito won his last fight though, right?
Yeah.
So he's the winner out the bunch. Broner ain't having one, and you got to think. You got to think. Technically, Danny Garcia, he won one fight in what 2 years?
I think so.
Years, man.
I think so. I'd have to.
I don't know if he won't this version of Garcia training, but I ain't gonna lie. Danny, I don't know what's. Matter of fact, with the crowd, what do y'all think of Danny Garcia now? Like, what is it? Like have we seen the best of him?
Of Danny?
Or have we seen what it is? Do you think? Because I heard, I don't know how true it was. They were saying something that his father might not be training him anymore. Do you think that's going to show something different, or we seeing what we got?
I don't think it's going to show something different. I don't think it's going to be different. Danny is who he is, I think, and I can't say we've seen the best of him. I think it just depends on who he fights. Danny just has a style. He's got a certain style that in some fights looks great, and in other fights it's just not a good look. So, but I think on any night he could still beat any of those guys, man. I think. Even that's why when we were talking earlier about Errol Spence, that's why I was like, I'm not really ready to crown anyone yet, because I don't feel like anyone has really separated themselves from the pack, and they all have to fight each other. I mean, look at what we just saw with Keith and Josesito Lopez. Not that it was a total crap performance, but I mean, shit, it's boxing, and you never know when someone's gonna have a good night and they're gonna bring their A game and they're going to give you a tough night. So I just feel like those guys haven't separated themselves enough to really stand out and say, I'm that guy. Now, Errol Spence is certainly on the way to doing that. I mean, the way that he's dismantling guys. I mean, Kell Brook, even if you put an asterisk behind Kell Brook with the, him coming off the Triple G loss and the damaged eye and everything, even if you put an asterisk on that, he still he put them hands on Kell Brook and Lamont Peterson. Like he definitely put them hands on Lamont Peterson. So if he could do the same thing against Mikey Garcia, which I mean that's what people are expecting. He's the bigger guy, and he's the bigger puncher, they say. So he should be able to walk Mikey Garcia down and really put hands on him. If he does that, then I will start to be like, whoa, okay, I don't know if the rest y'all really don't want to fuck with this dude, because he is, he a monster, he a beast. But if Mikey Garcia looks competitive, maybe Mikey Garcia and maybe Robert Garcia, maybe they see something, I mean, again, like I was telling you earlier, Stacy, for Robert Garcia to say, you know what, I need to be in Brooklyn. I'm sorry, honey, talking to his daughter, his 15-year-old daughter, who was having, basically her birthday. I don't know what it's called in Spanish, quinceañera or something. I can't say it, but it's like the 15th birthday of that's a big thing. That's like they go out for that. They get all dressed up. The father like walks them down. It's like they're getting married. It's like a big event.
It's like they're coming into some womanhood.
Right. It's a big event. It's a big moment in that culture. And for Robert to say, you know what, I love you, honey, but I need to be in Brooklyn. That's like, whoa. Like Robert really believed that his guy was gonna get the job done. And he almost did. So maybe Robert and those guys see something over there. Maybe Mikey Garcia will do better against Errol Spence than the rest of us expect. And if that's the case, then we might not want to be crowning Errol Spence too soon. First we got to see how he does against some of these other names where we know what we're looking at. So
I wonder what happened.
Oh, what's up, Stacy? What happened? You disappeared?
Yeah, like it told me my camera went off. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I can still hear you. Let me
I think it's interesting, man. I mean, that just made it a little more interesting, but it's interesting. But I didn't bet, but I would have bet that I would have bet under 9.5. I'm gonna be honest. I thought he was gonna knock him out in the 9th.
I did too. I thought that he would get him in the middle rounds.
After about the 4th or 5th, I kind of knew he wasn't, because that dude just was. I mean, like I said, he did drop him, but I never seen him really hurt him, and I never back up. I never see him. He came to fight. He came to just that did come into play. And that movement almost got him hurt as well, because he was moving that 7th round. He was just moving at a time I just didn't understand why. I'm like, man, but
right.
Woman, he got out of there, and he tough too, because he ate him on the chin, man, and he was definitely hurt for a long period of that 7th round. It wasn't like he got hurt at the end of the round. He got hurt kind of early in the round, so he had to survive a good 2.5 minutes.
Right. Somebody's asking if you got hands, Stacy.
Yeah, I got enough hands, but I can't get in there with them. I got hands for I got hands for about 5 minutes. That is over. I smoke weed.
You smoke weed? You don't live that fighter's life. I
got a good street fight in me.
That's funny. All right, well, we can wrap up here since your camera ain't working. Your camera has died out on us. Huh?
What's next, Tank?
Next is Tank. Next is Tank. Next is Tank and Abner Maris, another Robert Garcia fighter. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see that fight. I mean, I was before tonight, I was expecting Tank. Tank's gonna be too big for him. Tank's gonna walk right through him. Abner Maris is too small. But man, I don't know. Like I said, maybe Robert Garcia and them guys, maybe they know something that the rest of us. I mean, clearly they know something that the rest of us don't. So yeah, we're gonna see. Somebody said RGB takeover. I'm assuming they mean RGBA takeover. Yeah, it's almost like the RGBA takeover, man. Those guys are coming. And you can't write off Abner Maris. You can't write off Josesito Lopez. But again, you got to give credit too. I don't want to make it sound like if Tank has a more difficult time than expected against Abner Maris, but still wins. I don't want to take anything away from Tank, because Abner Maris is, what is he, like a 3-division world champion or something like that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I mean, he's a legit threat. I mean, it's just my opinion that Tank's gonna be too big for him. But if it's a tough fight for Tank, I don't want to take nothing away from the performance. Just same thing from tonight. Like I don't want to take anything away from either guy's performance. You know, going into the fight, everyone automatically thought, oh, Josesito Lopez is done. Keith Thurman's going to walk through him. Well, I think what we found out is that, you know, Josesito Lopez isn't completely done. And, you know, Keith Thurman's, you know, he's still got a little rust to shake off. Or, you know, but basically it's been 2 years and he still was able to get it done. So credit to both guys. But yeah, I just think it's left for some interesting conversations, that performance. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. I know Errol Spence I know he's gonna bring something. He gotta bring something. He gotta bring something interesting. But we'll see. Terrence Crawford kept it classy and professional, so Errol Spence might too. But yeah, that's the next big fight. February 9th, right?
Yep.
I think so. In California. February 9th in Cali. Oh, I see you're back, Stacy. You got your camera working.
Button.
You what?
I had to push a button, but
you had to push a button.
I definitely. Yep, I guess that's next.
Yeah, February 9th.
Between that, but I guess I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, there's next weekend. Teofimo Lopez is fighting Sergey Kovalev, Elidia Alvarez. They're doing their rematch. Alvarez Kovalev 2. Huh?
They fighting here?
They're fighting in Texas.
Because I've seen Teofimo Lopez a couple times. I'm not going to put it out there with who he's sparring with, but I've seen him sparring a few times down here, and it'll surprise you how he was looking on.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
He wasn't looking good, or he was looking good?
Some days looking good, and some days not.
That's sparring. That's sparring. That's what sparring's for, right?
Who was with would trip you out.
I don't know who he was with. I know that he has sparred Devin Haney before. I know that he has sparred. He sparred a couple people actually. Did he spar Rolly? Has he sparred Rolly before? I think maybe he sparred Rolly Romero. Maybe.
I think he spars Rolly, probably Devin.
Devin. There was another kid. I want to say his name is Anthony. Who?
Actually, Darius Miller.
Who? Memphis.
Real good work, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Enough said. You said it was real good work, huh? Okay. All right. But you know what? Memphis be looking good. Like I think Memphis look better in sparring than he does in fighting.
You could be right.
Yeah,
you could, especially with a person with Teofimo style.
And there's fighters like that are better at sparring than they are when the lights come on. So I could see that. I could see that. But yeah, Teofimo fights somebody. I think Magdaleno. It's actually a pretty decent step up for him. But that's next weekend. That's next weekend in Texas. So I'll be out there for that fight. I'm gonna go check that out.
Oh, I've been seeing him. Who have he been talking stuff to? Is it Ryan?
Who, Teofimo?
It's somebody. Oh, it's him and Devin, right?
Yeah, him and Devin were talking a little smack over their sparring, but I think Tio and Rolly were talking a little smack to Ryan Garcia at one time. You know, all them young cats talk smack to each other. I think Shakur and Devin Haney were talking smack. I mean, they all talk smack to each other. They all hungry to be that next dude. All of them.
Sure, pretty good, but man, I understand the youngsters and stuff, and I like when Teofimo and Devin talking. Y'all doing what y'all supposed to do, but I'm here to tell you, I like y'all, but y'all not ready for Lomo, man. Y'all not ready for that, fellas. Y'all stay in y'all lane. Though y'all got more fights than him, it's the reason why he got them straps. Y'all not for that, man. It look, believe me, it looked I guarantee you, it looked way different inside of the ring with him.
Yeah.
My defense with him is, they said, well, he don't supposed to be pound for pound conversation. I said, man, I ain't never seen nobody make 4 people quit. I've never. You must be a different type of fighter.
Yo, real quick, shout out to Shady Slim. I see you out there, Shady Slim. I ran into this cat, Shady Slim. He's in the chat room right now. I ran into him. He got his own little YouTube channel. You know, he doing his thing. and he ran into me at Pacquiao Broner this past weekend, and I hollered at him real quick. So shout out to you, man. Keep doing your thing. I don't know if I agree with some of the things you say. He's a real big Amir Khan fan. He might be the only guy out there that thinks Amir Khan is gonna knock out Terrence Crawford. But
hey, Slim, I think he be on my Instagram. I think he cool.
Probably cool little cat. You know, he doing
I
his
never
thing. I think.
YouTube. I'm gonna check you out, dude.
Yeah. He got a little channel on YouTube. I think that he puts his stuff out there.
But man, I'm gonna tell you something, Shady Slim. It's gonna look good for your boy, man, until it don't.
Amir.
It don't look good for him because he's never been in a board fight until it don't.
He said Thurman is food for Khan and Spence, but Khan, really? Thurman's food for Khan? I don't know about that, bruh. I don't see Khan beating anybody at 147 anymore, man. Nobody, bruh. You thought it? Listen, if anyone was critical about Keith Thurman's performance against Josesito Lopez, I don't even know what to say about Amir Khan's performance against Sammy Vargas. Like that was that was bad, bro. That was bad. But you know, it happens. It happens. You know, everyone. You know, sometimes you don't get as up for fights. It happens. I get it.
He will. We will see the. I think he'd come tougher for what's his name. I just don't think he could beat
Amir.
Yeah, I think he'd be. You know, he know the magnitude of the fight, the big check, and all could have looked over him. But I just don't think that at his best he could beat Terrence Crawford.
Nah, I don't either. I
mean, it's just that dude is a different type of.
Yeah.
He's a different type of animal, man, and you got to think this dude is actually. He big, but it's like he kind of actually. I don't know. I mean, it makes for a good fight because, like I say, I never seen what's name in a boring fight.
Khan?
Never.
Never.
So it's gonna be definitely a treat, but I just think that 12 rounds, he gonna get caught.
He said, "Don't hide April 20th." Man, I'm gonna be at the fight. I'm excited for that fight. I can't wait to see that fight.
Where's they fighting at?
I think Madison Square Garden.
Okay, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see that. That's a. I like it. I mean, I think it's gonna be good while it lasts, and then it's gonna go down. No, what kind of undercard is gonna be on that?
Probably, I don't know, some top ranked fighters. I don't know, probably maybe Shakur Stevenson, Michaela Meyer. You know, they're regular. You know, the top ranked crew, the guys that they always roll out, the guys and girls they always roll out on undercards.
Taking his mark.
Huh?
Shakur starting to make his presence be known. He's shot me, man. He getting stronger.
Yeah, he becoming a little man. Getting that little man strength. So as long as he stay focused, man, really that's what it is for a lot of these guys, man. You got to stay focused. You got to stay dedicated to your craft, you know. And that's hard when you start making millions. When you start getting that check, you start getting that bag. You know, you wanna go hang out in clubs, and especially when a lot of these guys are at the age where they're turning into men, you know, and you know they're experiencing different things, different lifestyles and stuff, and you get caught up in that shit, man. When you get caught up in that shit, that's when your career starts to nosedive.
Got hands on with him now, though, right?
Who?
Ward's somehow involved with him, right?
Yeah, Andre Ward is part of his management team, I believe. But just because that don't necessarily mean just because you're part of a management team, that don't mean that you're gonna listen to the people advising you. You know what I mean? Like it's exactly. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the fighter. It all comes down to the fighter and what they want out of this sport. Some fighters just want to collect that check, which we talked about earlier, and I'm not listen. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, if you can collect that check, collect that check. You know, some fighters want to be great, but if you want to be great, you got to do the type of things that great fighters did, and being out and partying and stuff like that. I mean, for some great fighters it works, but you know those great fighters also living like that is a detriment, and it probably ended a lot of their careers earlier than it should have. You know, so you know, it just depends on what you want out of the sport. Everybody says they want to be great, but once you start collecting them checks, you know, some of y'all realize I'm okay with not being great. I'm cool with collecting the money.
Yeah, and the checks is coming around, lately.
Checks are being thrown at dudes, man. ESPN, the Zone, PBC. I mean, man, they throwing out all kinds of money. It's like we talked about earlier, man. When Oscar De La Hoya was sitting on the top spot, all them other motherfuckers like the Shane Mosleys and the Obakars and the Ike Cortez. You know, those guys weren't making 1.1, 1.5, 1.3 when they were fighting other guys. You know, they were probably lucky if they were making 150. You know, 200,000. So
yeah, that's true.
Money's different. That's why guys, I feel like, were hungrier back then because you had to be hungry in order to get the money. You don't really have to be hungry to get the money nowadays. You don't.
Yeah, you had to eat. You can be. I mean, I'm not putting names out there, but you cannot win a fight for a whole year, man, and get $3 million. So it's way different. Like it's completely different. You can actually, you know, get $1 million fight. It's kind of wonderful for the pockets. Like, wow.
It's great for the fighters. That's great. That's a beautiful thing. But at the same time, it's detrimental to fighters too because it's hard to keep that hunger if you're not hungry anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's really what it boils down to. And you know, that's what we got to see. Listen, if Keith Thurman wasn't still a little bit hungry, he might have folded in that 7th round. He might have packed it in. He might have been like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I don't need to take this kind of punishment. I can't remember what fighter said that. I think it was Victor Ortiz. That was getting pieced up by Maidana, maybe, and I think he was the one that said, "I don't need to take this kind of punishment," you know. So, yeah.
I heard about him lately. What I hear about Victor Ortiz?
He got into some legal trouble. He's like under investigation for a rape or something, like sexual assault or something like that. That's why he got yanked from. Huh?
I keep messing it up for everybody. Damn.
He messing it up for everybody. That's why he got yanked from that card. He was supposed to fight John Molina. Yeah, yanked from
really?
that card. Yeah.
That actually would have been interesting.
Yeah.
It would have been entertaining.
Yeah. Spence hasn't fought a power puncher yet. Is that true? Spence hasn't fought a power puncher yet? Let me think about that. I mean,
yeah, undefeated fighter yet for sure.
He hasn't fought an undefeated fighter yet. He's about to. He's about to. Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, power puncher.
Everybody he beat was really 140 pounds. Peterson is weak and Algieri even weaker.
I think the Kell Brook is a natural 147 pounder.
Yeah, I think Kell Brook is really probably a natural 154 pounder that sucks down to 147. So I think Kell Brook is, but that doesn't make him a power puncher though.
Yeah, I just said as in his size, but
right. Put Victor in there with Adrian Broner. They both on the same level. Wow, can Adrian Broner beat Victor Ortiz? Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. Damn, that's a good question. Damn, I seriously have to think on that one. That's a tough one.
Man, I don't know. Damn, man. I ain't gonna lie with AB. This sounds crazy, but I don't know if y'all get this, but with AB, I'm almost willing to say, outside of like an Arrow or somebody, I think he looks kind of the same against anybody he fights. Opponent or elite fighter type of deal, because it's him. I mean, it's dealing with where his talent is at and what he wants to do. To me, he's a master survival. And nobody is thinking survival. I don't think he can even take himself to the heights of how good he would be against somebody or how bad. He's fighting to survive at this point. That's what I get out of it.
Wow.
He's surviving.
That's terrible. I can't believe we're even saying this about Adrian Broner, but
I can't believe it, but did I believe that at first? No, I believe that his best fight actually was his first loss. That's my real opinion. He fought that man. He when he fought Maidana, to me, he was game, even though he was hurt. He fought. He went out on his shield. He fought, man. And I never seen him do that again after that fight. It's like, even if he won or lost, it was kind of the same fight.
Wow,
like,
that's crazy.
He threw a few punches. I mean, what's his name hurt him, but for the most part, I don't know if it was, did he almost got dropped that thing, or was he really off balance? I think that he's almost in control of losing. It's weird. I can't explain it. Like, it's like he be in control and losing. With Pacquiao, I think he was fast and everything, but we don't know what would have happened if he would have took his chances, because like Maidana said, Maidana out of his mouth said that's the hardest he been hit. I doubted, did he know that's the hardest he hit him though? Because he was in a survival mode. But it's like, a person put in my group, got this group on Facebook called "Do You Know Shit About Boxing?" and the guy put in there that Maidana lives in his head, won't leave. That's how he took it, and I didn't want to believe that because I've seen him train. I've seen how strong he is. I know what he could do. When he's focused, but to be honest, the man trains the boxes. He looks at the mirror. He looks at his work, and I said it earlier. I just don't believe that Adrian Broner cares about being great. I don't think he cares about a legacy. I think he's fighting for a check. Knocking that. I mean, he's getting paid. All props to him. He talked his way into millions of dollars. So who am I to judge him? I mean, I can't put on the gloves and fight for 12 rounds. So
right.
For him for surviving, I respect that. But
right.
Who am I to say go out on your shield? He got kids, but
that's true.
He got kids. I mean, he's not finna get. And man, then I'm being a Mayweather. My cousin ain't finna go out on this shield. He finna go out him hitting you more than you hit him. He's not going on the shield.
Right. Wow.
But I just wish, not believe, I wish that Broner would let his hands go. I think that he would be surprised of the results. He would be surprised at the results because he's strong. That I know. Like Nate Jones told me that he's strong as a gorilla. He literally told me that. He said, "No, the kid is strong, like a straight gorilla." Maidana was some pretty hard hitters, and I'm sure he meant that when he said that that's the hardest he's been hit.
Wow.
And he's been dropped before, right?
Who, Broner?
No.
Or Maidana?
Yeah.
Oh, Maidana? Yeah.
So he got hit harder than he did when he get dropped. But I mean, maybe what's his name hit him, but didn't know he hurt him. I always said it, to me, Adrian Broner's best performance is against probably John Molina and that loss.
Wow, that's
like
crazy.
He had a hell of a man. That was a hell of a. That was like that performance is the reason he's still getting checks. That's the reason people believe. Like, man, got up off the canvas and still was fighting, was winning rounds, and then got dropped again. But he did what he had to do. But I think that was the last time he ever was going to do that. And I don't see that ever happening. I don't think he cares. And if that man believed he won, he did not only lose the fight, he clearly lost his mind that night as well. If he won. And that's sad to say, but at first I thought it was a joke, but it's getting to the point that now, man, he's really boycotting this he won thing, man. And, like, nobody's coming with it. Like, sometimes you usually get one person to be like, yeah. No, I've not heard one single person say he won the fight. Not even people that wanted him to win the fight. I was in Vegas. You was in Vegas. People came out. People showed out. People dressed. People got rooms. It was a great weekend. I mean, he lost. It wasn't no spilled milk. It wasn't no fights after the fight. It wasn't no disagreements. Pacquiao and Broner fans was that girl collection, man, enjoying the time together, not even thinking about the fight. That's how clear cut it was. So,
wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, I didn't mean to like get on another Adrian Broner spiel.
Sorry, Broner.
Yeah, we're sorry. Sorry, AB. It's because we
Yeah,
care. It's because we care. It's because we care. We feel like you need to hear these things because I don't think the people that are close to you are really going to tell you this.
they not.
You know, some of them are okay with you collecting checks too, which is okay. I'm not gonna knock it, but you know, yo, if you do want to be great, then man, okay, you might want to start listening to some of these people who you know, who you don't think care about you, but you know, it is what it is. Stacy, is there anything else you want to let anybody know before we get off here? I didn't.
I want to know what the crowd think about the Errol Spence and Mikey, man.
Oh yeah. Well, we got to save that. We got like how much we got? We still got like a month before we get close to that. but I tell you what. I think some people might be thinking twice about that fight. Some people that thought it was going to be a blowout after seeing Josesito Lopez perform better than expected. I think we might want to consider that Mikey Garcia might do better than expected too. Which is what I'm expecting anyway.
Are we going to talk before the night with Abner
and Gervonta? Oh, for sure.
Oh, the Tank looked real good, man. His body looked different.
Yeah, he getting in shape.
I could tell, like you could when he in shape, he still had his. But as in him showing himself on, I mean, I guess Graham don't always tell the truth, but he looked super strong, man.
Yeah, he in shape. We're gonna be on again before that though. We'll probably jump on next weekend or early Monday or something like that. So we'll be back on. On. But all right, let's get out of here, fans. Keith Thurman, Josesito Lopez, Keith won. It is what it is. On to the next one. I think it's safe to say he's got the rust off now. So yeah, hopefully it's if they're sticking to the script, hopefully it'll be Sean Porter next. Really prefer it to be Errol Spence, but I get it. It is what it is. So yeah, we'll jump back on here sometime next week. I see the videos are rolling in. Looks like my man in New York got a little Deontay Wilder, a little Kaunaki. Kaunaski. I don't know how to say his name. A little Paulie, a little Gerald Miller, Josesito, Keith Thurman, of course. We got a shitload of stuff that we're gonna upload, so I'm gonna do that right now. And Stacy, I will get back to you. And yeah, just keep an eye out, hit the bell, get those notifications, and you'll know when we're back on. Peace.